Hi, and welcome to Unveiling Sickle Cell Beyond the Pain. I am your host, Tabitha McGee, and I'm also the Executive Director of the Sickle Cell Foundation of Georgia. I am passionate about advocating for sickle cell warriors and their families to help them live their best lives. Today's talk is all about compassionate care for sickle cell warrior. It happens here, and it all starts right now.
I know the questions in your mind. Sickle cell beyond the pain. Now I believe that I can get through anything. Past the touch, now you can unchain. Sickle cell beyond the pain.
Welcome to Unveiling Sickle Cell Beyond the Pain. You've never seen a talk show quite like this. We're here to uplift the sickle cell community and show you firsthand the struggles and joys of living with sickle cell disease. This is a loving and compassionate place, and today we have two very loving and compassionate guests to talk about nurturing care for sickle cell warriors. Letitia Denard is one of the many skilled providers at our new Sickle Cell Sanctuary and Wellness Center. She's a registered nurse with more than 10 years of experience in healthcare. Danina Battle is a dedicated community servant from Atlanta with over 15 years of impactful work, and she plays a vital role here at the Sickle Cell Foundation of Georgia as the manager of our community health workers. Welcome to you both. I'm so excited to have you here. You guys are two women that are compassionate about taking care of our sickle cell warriors. And so, Letitia, I really want to start with you. So first tell me, why did you choose nursing?
I think nursing really chose me.
Okay.
Thought I was going to go to law school, then decided that wasn't my path. And my father actually suggested nursing school. And recently I found out my great grandmother, she was a community health nurse back in my hometown. So nursing was kind of always, I guess, been in my bloodline. So yeah, here I am 15 years later.
Wow, it's in your DNA.
It's in my DNA.
So why did you choose the specialty, though, of taking care of our sickle cell warriors? Because I know that's something near and dear to you. Why did you choose that specialty?
I'd say probably my first encounter with a warrior, one of my good friends from nursing school, meeting her sister, who I saw as this vibrant college student, and to visit her in the hospital during crisis, that was really like life altering for me, seeing that, seeing her in that state. And then working in the emergency department, I came in contact with a lot of various warriors, and just seeing how much they needed advocates for themselves in receiving their health care, it really became important to me to serve that segment of the community.
Well, I'm really glad that you're there for them, and they love you. I remember when I first was introduced to you down at the Sickle Cell Day at the Capitol, and you came up and you was like, I want to be a part of it. And so you're here, but then when you came into the office, Blaze was like, hey, my nurse, oh my God, I'm so glad she's here. So I know that they have a fond love of you. So thank you for being in this field, in this specialty of nursing. We really need more people just like you with that beautiful personality and serving our warriors. And so, Danina, you have come a long way, my sister. But there's something about you that I know, that you have always had the heart of service. You've been serving for a very long time, our community. But recently, you just got promoted after being a community health worker, 5 or 6 years?
4.
4 years. So now you are the community health worker manager. So tell me, why did you choose to be a community health worker to our sickle cell warriors?
Well, serving the community and making an impact on those that need it most has always been a passion of mine. And I just really enjoy making a difference in the lives of others, helping them improve their situations, and providing resources and just guiding them on the right path. And so when I saw the opportunity to make a difference in the lives of individuals with chronic diseases, I just saw it as an opportunity to further hone in on what my calling is, and that's to be of service to people that need it most.
Oh, that is so cool. I'm so glad to have you. I'm really so glad to have both of you, because I see your work and I see the passion that you have for our sickle cell warriors. But I want to talk about something else as well. I want to talk about the challenges of serving the sickle cell warriors. What do you guys both find the most challenging aspect of serving a sickle cell warrior? So Letitia, we'll start with you.
I'd say one of the biggest challenges is just sometimes their voices aren't heard in spaces where they need help the most. Especially in the emergency department most times, and clients that are looked at as being pain seeking or not truly in pain. And when you have a chronic condition where it's not your symptoms aren't visible, it can be difficult for people to have true empathy for you, and realize that no, you are in crisis mode right now.
Okay. So I'm going to ask a question. I'm just going to be very direct. Do you feel like it's because we're Black? Is that why we're not getting the attention? It's because we're Black?
Absolutely. It's
So
a
it's
predominantly
racist.
Black, absolutely.
Okay.
Medical racism does definitely exist just for Blacks in general.
Wow.
But especially having a chronic disease like sickle cell, where it's, like I said, it's not visible, absolutely. I see it all the time.
You see it all the time. And that's what our warriors talk about. You know, our warriors talk about how they're constantly dismissed, you know, the stereotypes that people often place on them, the social stigma of living with this. And so to have the two of you in this community serving in the way that you do, I know that they feel really good to have someone that does listen to them and do understand, you know, exactly what they need. And it's really sad that we will be discriminated based on our outer appearance, and we will be discriminated based on our race. You know, it's really sad because we're not just the only ones with sickle cell disease, right? And I think about all the other chronic diseases that's out there that get so much attention, like cancer. You know, cancer is a chronic, painful disease when people, you know, get cancer, but yet they're getting the care that they need, right? So when you think about, you know, the racism that come with it, how can we go about educating the community as a large, the providers, the nurses, you know, the families and all of that about how to take care of sickle cell warriors? Denise, I'll start with you.
Well, I think education, first and foremost, is a very powerful tool in terms of educating the parents,
Okay.
Individuals living with sickle cell, because of course they need further education on the sickness and or disease that they have. I think that just allow individuals space to be open-minded that want to learn is paramount to raising awareness and making sure that the voices of sickle cell individuals are heard in the community.
Okay. So, Letitia, what do you think that we can do a better job at of getting the word out and creating awareness and education for the other providers inside of your space where you're working?
Yes, definitely more provider training. I feel like that should be mandatory at hospitals. Because even providers who are Black themselves, our patients tell us that they don't always get the best treatment from those who you would think
Wow.
would be most understanding, since it primarily affects Black American or Blacks in general. So education is needed across all races if you're going to be a provider in a space where you're dealing with those who have chronic disease processes.
Yeah. I'm glad that you said that. So, you know, the Sickle Cell Foundation of Georgia does have this provider training program, and we take it all over the state of Georgia, teaching non-specialty providers on how to treat, you know, individuals with sickle cell. However, one of the things that we see when we're out there to provide provider training is like, we don't have 4 hours to spend on this training. So we have to come up with a more creative way of getting the training out there because it's absolutely needed. I tell you, I am just really excited. I can't say that enough about how excited I am that you guys are on this space, but we have a lot of work to do. And so I'm excited that you're on the journey with us. Letitia, you're on the journey with us so that we can create awareness and we can show people that you can have compassion and empathy when you're dealing with people that are already in a serious crisis. So we got so much more to talk about, and we're gonna come right back after these commercial breaks. So don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for sticking with us. So Letitia and Danina, thank you guys so much for before, because that was a great conversation. But I do want to delve into a very sensitive topic, and that is mental health support. So of course there's a stigma surrounding, you know, African Americans getting the mental health counseling that they need, you know, getting a therapist or talking to someone about, you know, however they're feeling, you know, and living with a chronic disease, as you can imagine, is something that is absolutely emotional. So how do you go about as a nurse encouraging our sickle cell warriors to, you know, seek out emotional health support?
Yes, I definitely try to highlight that we do offer mental health counseling here at the sanctuary,
Okay.
and that it is okay to talk about things that you're going through. because our clients are already dealing with chronic pain on a day-to-day basis and face many challenges that would be hard if they didn't have the disease process. So it's important to speak with someone, because it may not always be that you have the emotional support from your family or friends or other loved ones that can truly understand what you're going through, or who can help you navigate through different emotions and feelings. So with each person that comes through, we definitely highlight, that they can be seen here. We have group therapy, individual counseling, as well as telehealth services, because
Yeah.
sometimes your chronic pain, may not allow you to drive to have an in-person visit.
Right.
So I definitely highlight that we have multiple options available for them to seek out care.
Oh, that's so cool. And so, Danina, for you, you're on the phone with them all day. I know I refer a lot of people to you. So how do you go about encouraging our sickle cell warriors, as a community health worker, that this is another resource? So how do you go about doing it?
Well, more oftentimes than not, in my experience as a community health worker, assisting individuals with sickle cell, many of them don't realize that they may have some challenges that warrant mental health assistance. And there's such a stigma, a bad stigma around receiving that assistance. We like to try and create a safe space for them and encourage them that seeking psychotherapy or mental health assistance is not a bad thing,
Yeah.
and that it can be helpful in their journey to living well with sickle cell.
Yeah.
Being able to talk to someone, being able to learn coping skills
Okay.
that'll help them cope with their pain when they are experiencing crisis,
Okay.
and just helping them live a more whole and well life mentally, emotionally, spiritually, even.
Okay. That's critical. I was talking to a young man that was a sickle cell warrior. And as you say, it's a very sensitive topic already. And I was telling him, it's okay to talk to someone. And he shared with me, well, not really, boss lady, because we've been told ever since we were little, don't cry. Don't to talk to anybody. Whatever goes in this household, keep it in this household. Don't talk to anybody outside of the household. And so we have to break those barriers that have been put in place since we were very, very young people, right? And so I just think about the fact that it is already so many statistics surrounding African Americans and particularly men committing suicide. And that's why it is even more critical for us to get the word out, because sickle cell warriors at one time were told, you won't live to 5. You won't live to 15.
Absolutely.
You won't live to 30. So that fear is embedded as well. So what can we do more of to let them know, some type of call to action to say, it is okay to be heard and it is okay for you to talk about it? What's the recommendation?
I definitely say, please join us here at the sanctuary. We have very compassionate therapists that are on site to help you navigate those feelings that you may be having. And like Danina said, to help with coping mechanisms, to help deal with your chronic pain and other challenges that you may be facing, whether it be financially, even physically,
Right.
just being able to support yourself. So we have providers here who are well versed and highly educated in their fields that can help definitely make a difference in your journey.
Oh, wonderful. So Danina, what were your last words of encouragement?
Oh man, my last words of encouragement as far as mental health goes is to just do it. Take your mental health is just as important as your physical health and your spiritual health, and that's a part of making sure that you're well holistically. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I know we take advantage of the Sickle Cell Sanctuary Services. We love seeing you on a weekly basis, coming up, and you're taking such great care of our sickle cell warriors, and we're really excited about that. And Danina, you're taking great care of them. And I know we could not do this without you all. We wouldn't want to do it without you all. So thank you for being these compassionate caretakers of our sickle cell warriors. They could not do it without you. And what I want to do is, how can we go out and recruit more individuals who love people just like you guys do? I can't wait to do that. And so thank you again so much for being here. And we're going to go to commercial break. Don't you go anywhere. Stay right there, and we'll be right back. Thank you so much for sticking with us. We are so excited. And guys, we have this wonderful guy named Blaze. He's out on the streets of Atlanta with Did You Know? So we're gonna go and talk to Blaze. Y'all ready to talk to Blaze? So Blaze, how is it going out there in the streets of Atlanta today with Did You Know? How many people are you educating about sickle cell?
Thank you, Tabitha. We are doing great out here on the Beltline. This is Did You Know? And we are here with
Kim?
Kim. And I'm gonna ask Kim 4 questions, true or false. If you get all of them correct, you're gonna walk away with some Chick-fil-A.
Okay,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
True or false questions.
Okay.
Based on sickle cell.
Okay.
Get them right. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
All right. The first question. Sickle cell disease causes red blood cells to become banana-shaped. True or false?
True.
False.
True.
Which one is it?
False.
Oh, no. We're gonna go with
It's
mom.
true.
True is correct. 3 more questions. A person who inherits only one sickle cell gene from one parent is called a trait carrier and is healthy. True or false?
True.
Woo-hoo! 2 for 2. 2 more. Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
People with sickle cell traits cannot donate blood. True or false?
Can I talk through it?
Yeah, you can talk through it.
Okay. So, on the one hand, people with sickle cell disease, they need blood. So it might be valuable if there's a healthy person who can be a donor for them if they have sickle cell trait.
Okay.
So I think, what did I initially answer? True?
You said
Or
that they cannot.
false.
So you think it's false? Initially you said
Initially I said false, but I could see that there might be a reason.
no. Initially you said true. You said people with trait cannot donate blood.
Okay.
So you think
Oh.
they can or they can't?
Let's go with can't.
They can't.
But I just talked myself out of it.
Which one? We're gonna give you a final answer.
Final answer. They can donate blood.
They can donate blood.
Yes,
Final?
with trait. Yes.
That is correct.
Ah!
She was on the ropes. She was almost out of there.
You might know enough to be dangerous, kind of.
One more question.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A. Sickle cells can cause blood vessels to constrict or narrow. True or false?
Once again, the banana-shaped red blood cells are going to get stuck, so they might
yeah.
feel like they're constricting.
That's
so
a great.
True.
True is correct. Kimberly walking away with some Chick-fil-A today. Thank you so much for playing Did You Know? The show
Thank
to
you.
test what you know about sickle cell disease.
Thanks.
Can I get one?
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
We're going to get some sandwiches. Thanks
Thank you
very
so
much. Okay.
Back to you guys in the studio, T.
So I want to thank both of you guys so very much for being with us. You provide some invaluable information. I know that so many people are going to learn so much more, and I'm hoping that people will listen to this episode as well, and they want to become more a part of the sickle cell community and absolutely take advantage of the Sickle Cell Sanctuary. We hope you've enjoyed today's show. Thank you to our sponsors and supporters, and of course, to you, the viewers. We appreciate you for watching. We'll be right back here next week. We hope you make a date to be here too. We'll see you then, and remember, there is hope in every heartbeat.